everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Warrior Class Prowl from Transformers Cyberverse. Randomly found this today at my local Walmart. I was very excited. I found this and Soundwave. If we take a look at the back of the packaging, you can see the other ones that are available, and it shows Soundwave and Hot Rod. Was not able to find Hot Rod, and he's listed as a Decepticon here, which is obviously not correct, considering his name is Autobot Hot Rod, so that's kind of hilarious. But was not able to find him. Did find Soundwave, so we'll look for him tomorrow. I'm interested. He's super blocky, but it's kind of neat and very stylized, so I want to get a hold of him as well. But you can see the picture here. The robot mode actually looks pretty good. His gimmick is like flip-up guns near his head, so it shouldn't hinder articulation too much, which is nice. And I like the look of the police car mode. It just says Function Military Strategist. Jet Blast! But yeah, so here he is in the packaging. He looks kind of weird in the packaging. I don't know why it casts so much shadow in there. But I like the animation up here. I think that looks really cool. Warrior Class, standard Autobot picture there on the side. Nothing too exciting going on there. So let's go ahead, let's get this guy out of this packaging, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Prowl out of the packaging. He looks pretty good. The back of his legs feel a little bit hollow, but that's because of the transformation, so kind of to be expected. But overall, he's got a white and navy blue primary color scheme. He's got the police shields with the star up here on the shoulders, which is pretty cool. Autobot symbol looks good. You rotate these around, and they will peg in there. That way that will give us an opportunity to take a closer look at his face sculpt, which looks pretty good. A lot of silver, light blue eyes, red crest, looks nice. I feel like his chin's a little too long. Not terribly long, but just a little bit too long. But I love that Autobot symbol there on the chest. That looks really good. How it works to deploy the guns, you just kind of press down on the hood, and then they'll flip back out. And he looks great with the guns on the side. It's a kind of a... Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, Prowl doesn't usually have his guns out. Blue Streak and Smokescreen do. But I think G1 Prowl doesn't have his guns out. But it's still pretty cool. Unfortunately, mine's got kind of a broken arm. It's like this ball joint's really loose. I mean, it'll still kind of stay. You can get poses and stuff. But this one's much better. I don't know if I did that myself or it just came out of the package like that. I was just trying to move it around and it just feels kind of loose. But articulation-wise, I'm going to move these back for a moment. And it's difficult because I naturally want to put my thumb here to move these back, but that's what sets it off. So you have to remember to not push down on the hood when you're rotating those back. But his head can move kind of from side to side, not a ton, but slightly. You do have a ball joint here in the shoulder, so that's a kind of a ball joint there. But then there's also a little bit of movement actually in the body part of the shoulder. So you have a hinge there like that, and then you have the ball joint once you get there. Then you have 90 degrees in the elbow, but no bicep swivel, no wrist, anything like that. That's one solid piece. Nothing in the waist, or like the torso waist, but you do have this in the hip. Nice ball joint there. And then you pretty much have, this is really for the transformation, but it does give you knees as well. And then the toes just kind of fold back for the transformation. No tilt. Would have loved an ankle tilt. Because he just kind of, you know, sits like that, or stands like that, rather. Oh, see, you're always, no matter how you touch the body, I'm always unnaturally, or unwittingly, popping those out. But it still looks good. I like the wings on the back. I think that looks good. They do, of course, fold in if you prefer. But classic Prowl look, have the wings on the back like that. So, yeah, see, you can see it's just kind of loose over here. It's really a bummer. But, there you go. He's doing the Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club like Bumblebee. I don't know what I did, but yeah, that's a bummer. Transformation is very easy, as you would expect from a Cyberverse toy. You're going to want to make sure you put the guns all the way to the back. Then you will lift this up like this, and you can actually see that there's a little black tab. That's what makes the guns flip up, because there's a little white tab in here, which is hitting that, which is what makes them flip out. So once you have this up, you're really in no danger of accidentally flipping the guns out anymore. At this point, you're just going to kind of straighten out the gun or the arms pull these out. And it's kind of difficult to do this. There you go. Put it like this. So straighten out the arms like this. You can see mine is a little loose. And it's just kind of a shame because these are so bulky, which I do like the bulkiness of the shoulders, but they kind of just naturally butt up against the part of the torso. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you can fold the wings straight down. Then you're going to bring these in, obviously, so the wheels are in the wheel well. And then you can see that there is a little tab. Well, there's a notch, I should say. There's a notch here on the inside of the forearm, and then there's a tab here on the inside of the torso. So these will come down and kind of peg into those notches. And it's, I don't know, sometimes it's a little bit easier said than done. Sometimes if you get the wings out of the way, it's a little bit easier too. There you go. Just make sure it lines up. There we go. So once those are tabbed in, you can close these back up, but I actually like to leave them open, and I'll show you why. Go ahead and rotate the feet into the back of the legs. Peg these together, and then you're going to rotate this whole thing down. Now, if you have the wings closed or the doors closed, it's a little bit harder to do this. I find it easier to just go like this. This will peg in right there. And then you can see that there's a tiny little tab, which will peg into a tiny little spot here on the inside of the... You can just kind of push it, and it'll go in. And then here is the little police car that you're left with. So I actually like this quite a bit. It's mostly white, but they did paint all of the windows, so I do appreciate that. You have the light bar on top, which looks good. You have that little bit of navy blue around the front fender here, and the Autobot symbol. So I think there's enough paint applications for the car mode. Of course, the head is easily shown underneath, and you can kind of see where the arms go, but all in all, not a big deal. Rolls fairly well. And I just kind of like the little stylized look of it. I just think it works. Definitely fits into the kind of Cyberverse animation style. I kind of wish you didn't see those lines so obviously. I mean, those are obviously the lines for the guns that flip out over the shoulders. So I don't love having that built into the kind of windscreen and hood, but it could be worse. But yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty good. All in all, I think Prowl looks pretty good. Like I said, unfortunately, mine has that really loose arm, and I'm hoping that's just something I did. Because I think I kind of, like, because I was trying to figure out the articulation there, I think I kind of smooshed the ball joint, or maybe bent the peg a little bit or something. So I'm hoping that's maybe something I can fix. But I'm also hoping that other people that buy this figure don't have the same problem. Because otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. Color scheme's nice. Articulation is decent. Could be better, of course. But these are Cyberverse figures we're talking about, so I don't hold them to the highest standard of articulation. I do really wish you could fold this down. I wish there was just a little hinge here, and this could just fall back and just rest against here, because I think that sticking up just kind of looks a little goofy. His head sculpt is pretty good. Pretty much G1 Prowl, but like I said, the chin just seems a little bit too long to me, but it's not a huge problem. I like the way the guns flip up. I think that's a fun gimmick, and it also doesn't hinder much of the articulation for the figure, which I really appreciate, because people like Bumblebee and Optimus have obvious problems with articulation because of their goofy gimmicks. And this one I think is actually kind of fun. I think it's simple. I think it works well because it doesn't look super ridiculous in either mode, and then you just easily push on the hood. Pops right out, no problem there. Transformation, fun and easy. Color scheme looks pretty good. I mean, could it use more paint applications? Sure, but again, I feel like for a Cyberverse figure, I know it's not really fair to just say, oh, well, for a Cyberverse figure, but at the same time, you need to temper your expectations. So, as far as a Warrior class Cyberverse figure goes, I think he's one of the better ones. I like him quite a bit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.